Here, high in the Rockies, we're searching out 2 male grizzlies in order to keep them away from people.
I've been using it quite regularly in the past. I'd like to check that out on the way out, and then we'll be heading back down to Moline Lake from there.
You flip over the vegetation, see if there's still chlorophyll in the plants under there to see how long ago it was flipped over by the bear. So there's still some green left in there.
Also, how are you traveling? Are you making noise as you travel? Or are you traveling silently? 99.9% of the bears, if they hear you before they come, they've already heard you and they've left the country before you even get there, and all you see is a few tracks or a little bit of sign.
Sometimes the bears seek out people, and it's up to the rangers to haze or scare them away to prevent an incident. Time and time again, the rangers need to educate. These campers had their car broken into by a bear because they brought their pet rabbit into the park.
Well, we just received a call of a bear jam, which is near one of our campgrounds called Wapiti. And so we're just going to respond to that.
We have a roadside bear. It's doing its thing, just feeding in a meadow, but it's a really busy part of the park. Really bad blind turn. Everybody just kind of locks up their brakes and stops in the middle of the road when they see it. So we're just trying to get traffic moving.
All right.
We're actually going to push the bear out of here because we don't have time to deal with the traffic.
Gotcha.
I saw the whole bear. There she is. I saw the tail.
Look at the baby, look at that.
Yeah, I see her. I see her. I see her. I see her. I see her.
This bear will be tranquilised and tagged as people have fed it and has become accustomed to feeding in camping grounds.
Where do they grow under the sun?
People continue to feed this bear. Ultimately, it'll have to be destroyed. Rangers will attempt to save the bear by hazing it and keeping it scared of people to prevent further confrontations.
Sky, it is blue under the sun, under the sun, sun.
But if people keep feeding her, ultimately, they will be responsible for destroying what they came to enjoy.
You see a carcass of some kind floating there, and bears swimming back and forth, and all kinds of people out there in their canoes and kayaks, so we've got to go check it out and get the carcass out of there, separate these bears from people before we have some type of an accident. And this is grizzly country. We have lots of grizzlies here. And, you know, if the park visitors would just maintain that recommended distance of 100 meters from bears,
and they could quite easily just watch.
Then they could enjoy it, those sort of things. But we all know that people won't do that. So, you know, we've got to intervene, and especially in some of these parks where you get between 1 and 2 million visitors per year. And
Unfortunately for the grizzly mother and cubs feeding on this carcass, rangers have to intervene because park visitors drawn to the scene continue to put themselves in danger.
we've got a bear that's broken into the bank, into the local bank downtown. And so I'm on the phone, and, oh, sure, like, who's in there playing a gag on me and stuff like that? No, Wes, it's honestly, like, the alarms went off in the bank, and the police are down there, and there's this big bear in the bank, and so you got to come down and do something about it. So I got the tranquilizer gun and actually tranquilized him, and he actually walked into the manager's office. Could have went to any other office. No, he didn't. In there he went, climbed up in the desk, and as he was passing out from the tranquilizer, they actually left a big deposit on the desk.
Campground's quiet, and there's just one whippoorwill. You know, they sound like a whippoorwill. It's a bird. It just makes this loud sound. It's repetitive, and it just goes on and on and on. And it's right above this guy's tent. This guy goes, "Shut the effing up!" Just real loud. And the campground, of course, can hear, and they start responding to that. And I go, "Hey." He's like, "What?" I said, "I'm a park ranger." He goes, "Okay." I said, "Hey." He says, "What?" I said, "You need to be quiet. Rest of the night, okay?" He goes, "Okay." thanks. And he goes, hey, we're talking through this tent the whole time. I go, what? He says, you see that woman over there by the campfire? And I looked over, and there's this woman in a folded, lawn chair around the campfire. She's completely passed out. And I said, yeah? And he says, we don't know who she is. She just came up to our campsite, sat in a chair around a campfire, and passed out.
I was on my way to Sotaro one day, and there was a whole load of cars piled up with an elephant bull in the road with a sense of humor who was chasing the cars and that. And I wound my way through the cars, and I said, no, I'll just be patient, let me chase him out the way. And I got my way through, and I revved him with the vehicle and chased him down the road, and he turned tail and ran like hell down the road, and we went round a corner, and he was going full steam, and as we came round the corner, in front of us was another car, and they were ambling along looking at birds with no idea that there was an elephant steaming down them. And luckily he veered off the road, but their eyes was wide as saucers.
Mate, there's some other animals with eyes wide as saucers just behind you there.
Yeah,
you seen the revision mirror?
Yeah.
Could have heard a buffalo. Just come in the picture nicely.
15 meters behind me.
Here in Kruger National Park, South Africa, we came across a herd of elephants. They didn't quite want us to be there, and we were at a dead-end road. Shit, there's another one behind you.
You don't need to close your window, keep it open, doesn't matter, this isn't going to help you. Look at that, you see this, all this children.
They're all G'ing each other up, are they? So I'll back you up. Oh, he's coming. Come on. Shit. Get now. I see that.
Did you put that, Sean?
Yeah, I got that.
That's called standing up.
Me?
Because the road ends there.
Oh, shit. The adrenaline's going now. You want more of this, do you? She was coming.
Yeah, and if you stay there, she may perceive weakness in you.
Yeah.
If you stay there or run from her.
So if we just had to stop, she would have ran the back.
Choice.
Yeah.
I tried to go from her, just to show her, listen, I'm giving way.
Yeah.
And she decided no.
I want to be clean.
So he moved off, and now he's feeling more comfortable, so he's going to show off a bit. Or is he eating chocolate? Well, I haven't had a choice like that in a long time.
Really?
Long time, yeah, I must say.
That was a good one. Oh, there they are. Rangers sometimes have the emotionally difficult task of controlling wildlife populations because of human pressures surrounding the protected areas.
The experience that stands out in my mind is the first elephant that I had to shoot as part of the culling and control operation in the Kruger National Park. I firmly believe in sustainable utilisation and the need to manage game populations, animal populations, where we're no longer in a natural situation. Even though the large Kruger National Park is ring-fenced, was fortunate and with good training was able to drop it with one headshot, brain shot, and it fell down immediately, legs buckled with a brain shot. I ran up and gave it a coup de grace on the back of the head, and then I stood over it and cried. It's something that'll always stay with me. I subsequently shot more elephants. I've shot a lot of animals in the course of management programs. But because I have such an affinity and love for elephants, I think that's one thing that's stayed with me, yeah.
What amazes and inspires me is that these rangers go out there day after day, against the odds, to try and protect wildlife. They're standing up for what they believe in.
Come, let's join our hands tonight. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey, oh. We gon' stand up, we gon' fight. Hey, oh, hey, oh, hey.
Sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
There we go.
Don't you wanna fight against all that is wrong and for all that is right? But I don't understand how come man is killing man. Hey, no more time to waste. One and all gotta come and take responsibility.
Another one?
Yes, we are following this path. It leads us to this true snares. The other one is still right, and the other one is lying on the ground.
I think I need to demonstrate this one. I'll be the wild pig. Alright, okay. Okay, I'm a wild pig. And this is what's going to happen to me if I come through this net. And it pulls tight. There's the wire. I'm stuck, I'm pulling. And there's the wire.
Rangers can often be involved in the frontline prevention of illegal wildlife trade that continues to threaten the very survival of many plant and animal species around the globe.
They do not regret. They would pull that shit again.
It's not always as obvious as ivory or rhino horn on sale. Illegal timber poaching, crop productions that clear important forests, or developments can all be supported by you.
Can take your place to say, "Ayo, ayo, ayo."
Do you know the origin of all the things you buy?
Yeah, I think I feel proud, most especially when I'm interested with all these two parks where we hold the critically endangered mountain gorilla.
John sent me with rangers deep into Bwindi Impenetrable National Park on a search and destroy mission for poacher snares.
So come on, yeah, come on, yeah, come on. Gunning and they're warring, sneezing and ignoring, lying and they're cheating.
Just walking along this track in Bwindi National Park. The rangers went just down this way. I was just about to go this way, but what is here, just behind me here, believe it or not, a pile of leaves, but there's a snare. And we'll show you in a minute how that's connected, but I would have put my foot into that snare and I would have been waiting for the hunters to come back, kicking and screaming for 3 or 4 days. So you can see how well hidden it is for the animals, right along the track. And I'll show you how it goes up. It's a little, I don't know if you can see it down here.
Still in this one, we have to make sure that we patrol the whole area clearly, so that we can remove all the snares which are inside.
Always very keen, using the eyes, using the ears, and using the nostrils at the same time, because he might have reached somewhere and he sets a cigarette. So that cigarette, the smoke of the cigarette, can also give us an indication that there is a stranger in the forest, because animals, wild animals, don't smoke. Found it just already finished and rotten, so he couldn't even take it. We have to be quiet and then we listen. After we have to using the ears for listening, should we hear that there are some people who are talking, then we just take ambush, and on the course of their movement, most of the coming our direction, we get.
On this anti-poaching patrol, we removed 15 snares in 3 days. I got back, and the rangers went back out for another 7. If rangers weren't on the thin green line, protecting wildlife, I wonder how much would be left for you and I to appreciate.
Thank you. They have been adapted to, developing bigger eyes. And so to get too much food, of course, you have to clear all this forest. And so the pressure from cultivation and settlement finished all this forest. And of course, by the time the government realized they were supposed to protect the forest, all this had been cleared. And of course, when we go further away, deep into some place, we shall be able to see the extreme edge where it has stopped. And today we no longer allow any other activity apart from this exercise we're going to take this morning, which is gorilla tracking. Drinking and smoking and feeding with the gorillas is prohibited. So we can do the drinking here and everything else later. I think the gorilla was somehow, this is about maybe 30 meters off from here. This is about maybe 2-3 minutes. And I think we are going to enjoy the beautiful view of the gorillas. Okay, so we go?
Yes, yes. We're ready.
There is hope for wildlife and people here in Uganda, like many places I saw around the world, where communities and rangers came together to protect wildlife. Here, the money from gorilla tracking funds conservation, but also schools, hospitals and employment. This community has become part of the Thin Green Line, alongside rangers.
You are the one, for you I breathe. So touch me now and trust always. For you are the one. My son, precious little life to guide and lead. I got the ball when I go off, they can leave the precious little life to guide and lead.
We are sadly losing species from our world every single day. If it wasn't for the combined efforts of communities and rangers, many more would already be lost. But maybe it's best summed up by one of the many inspirational men and women I met on the Thin Green Line.
Being a park ranger, you are really dealing with nature. It's like you must maintain what God put on the planet. It's not like politics where you have got to lie. Here you're dealing with real things, not something, and I love dealing with the nature. We are just one family, struggling for one thing. We have to keep this working. They should keep the spirit of conservation and the spirit of wildlife in their minds, at their heart, and everywhere they go. Let's struggle, make sure that what is surviving on the world keeps on surviving until further notice. And forever and ever.
Trusting smile, so sweet and safe. You are the one, for you I breathe. So touch me now and trust always. For you are the one. My son, precious little life to guide and lead with open arms, oh guide and all lead. Precious little life to guide and lead with an open mind, oh guide and all lead. Precious little life to guide and lead with open hearts, oh guide and all lead. Precious little life to guide and lead with an open mind, oh guide and